Okay, for hole one, I'm going to go max plus 10% P3. As you can see from the notes, this was done with a little more back with the higher APOC, but with the 5, I was still within a chip. So 7.4 will be 5.8. Great left. Hopefully we're okay with that. Back side of the fringe. If we had had a little more back, we should have stayed green, but so if we're using the Jared method, we're at about 20% club, 7.2. You probably don't need to even do this. Always check to look for glitchy spots. 1.7 ring, still in the cup. And we get our first drop. Okay, on hole number 2, I'm going to try something a little different than the notes. A couple of the bounces have been a little high, so I'm going to try to set up similar, but adjust a little more at an angle. Let's practice it once first. What I'm going to try is max plus 10% P2. And an 1159 pull. Was a nice draft by our opponent using the underpower method. All right, so 7.4. It's going to be 8.2. I'm going to go with 1.5 top. Look for the spot. Move just to the right side of the pin. 1159. 8.2. Well, would have helped if we'd hit perfect instead of having an auto release there. Now I have to use another practice token. Had that auto release was in a practice, but our opponent also had the album one, so it wouldn't have mattered. Par threes on this course have been so inconsistent. Ink submit. I saw that you were playing. I figured this might allow you to catch me live. So 8.7 is going to be 9.6. Right side of the pin. Try 1159. Hit perfect, and let's see how this comes in. Decide if this is how we're going to shoot it. So right side and a little high. I'm going to lower that to 1.2 and bring it to the right side of the cup, and that's how I'm going to shoot it. Well, thanks for joining the Facebook group. You'll find the notes get posted there, and as well as other shots. All right, let's shoot this for real. I'm going to move up the P3 numbers on that. Let's see what the difference was. 0.2. Especially if we get higher wind. Thanks for the good luck, Keith. How did your rounds go? Saw you were streaming yesterday, but I didn't catch it. So we have 8.5, so 9.6. I'm going to go a little less top this 1.2. Right side of pin, 59. We hit perfect. Good bounce, but looks like we're coming into the right. A 30 for you, Amit. That should put you up pretty high. Oh, I messed up my ones I was running yesterday, Huggies. They're tier 3 and minus 30 is not going to cut it. All right. On to hole 3. I'm going to try the rough bump on this account and see how that goes. So let me get a thorn in the bag. Our sniper. Our spit, just in case we get a bad hit and end up in that bunker. All right, so we're going to go max plus 5% on the drive. I'm going to set up at the top of the plus 0 with 5 top and 3 right. Did get one glitch roll on this one. I was trying to go with a little more top, and it just barely went to the rough, but I was able to reach with a Nirvana. Had the shot at the Albatross still, but max was like 120% Nirvana is a little harder. If, like me, you tend to hit great left, favor a little more curl just to protect yourself from the bunker. You can also use the rock here. The APOC is our opponent's using. Doing this shot, I would prefer the more accurate clubs, just because a great can really turn out bad. Okay, so max plus 5% is going to be 5.1 and 8 wind. Great left, as I said earlier. That's why I gave it a little more curl. And 344. So 344 should put us pretty close to min. I'm going to try the bump using +0 like our opponent's using here. It should be around 5 to 10% club. So I'll start by putting 3 top, 2 right on, finding min, and then pushing up until I get the ball guide 1 square through. So there's our 2 right, 3 top. There's min. So we're actually closer to 25% club. $7.9 is going to be 6.8. We hit perfect, and let's see how it rolls out. Not any better than the other shot. Looks like that was over adjusted. All right, for hole 4, we're going to go with the riskier shot. Let me compare my clubs here. Let's see. I do have a Ryder Cup ball, so I'll use that. And we'll go with the thorn with the more top and that better accuracy. Max plus 10%. Our clan president had a hole-in-one on this with an EM8 in the Ryder Cup ball. We have 10.3 win. It's going to be 6.7. Right there, looking above that. 6.7. A little bit of right curl. Great right. Hopefully I have enough room with the higher accuracy club. Cleared. So now we got to try to drop this. That's the risk with this shot. I had a little bit of baby OP on there as I pulled it. Didn't need it. So Thorn plays at minus 30%. Should be a fairly short straight win, so we shouldn't really need to adjust. Looks like our opponent is going for the backspin or the dunk. So as you can see, we're at about 15%. And then 9.6, that's less than a ring, 0.8. Gonna look for this glitchy spot. So we're gonna push up through it. 0.8, you notice we're still in the cup. And I let go early, so I'm gonna miss. That was way early too. Even slight great would have dropped. So far, we are not doing that great. And this is kind of how my rounds yesterday went. Just slightly off. Thanks for the good luck, Tom. This rep time was a lot tougher. Or at least I had more trouble dialing it in. Hopefully I can get it dialed in for one of my tier 2 accounts. So on to hole 5. This one has been close many a times, but not dropping. Thanks for the subscribe, Ash. So we are going to go 95% club plus 35%. We're going to set up with 4.1 back, 2 right, and about the mid of the plus 10. And we're looking to have the ball guide in the corner of the fourth dark green square from the fringe. Wrong ball. So 8.8 is going to be 12 rings. So 2 right, 4.1 back. There's the plus 10. There we are in the corner. 10 rings. 2. Great left, so we're going to miss. Unless I adjusted wrong. Perfect with a drop. Thanks for the good luck, McDilson and Ofer. You're welcome for work on the videos and the notes. I hope they help. Now on hole 6 with APOC 5, we have a chance of coming up shorter and having the Grizzly play. Just because we're less top. If we get a higher favorable wind, we may not. But in the low 7s, I clipped the rough with my other account, APOC 5. And if you watch the video, you'll see I used the Grizzly for one of those shots just so people could see if that happened. Okay, hole 6. Back to our normal bag. Yeah, Tom, if I could hit perfect more often, I'd have a lot better rounds. I get way distracted way too easy, lose my count. That's why I always try to look for shots that have at least slight great proof. Because if it can mess up hitting great, I'll mess it up. Okay, so max top, 2 left. Yellow, the rough. We have a higher wind, so hopefully we'll clear. Looks like we have the crosswind though, so we're going to clip. 7 rings. Push the max. Curl left side inside, max overpower. Double great left. Should still be safe here. But as I said, we're going to probably clip. Just didn't clip. So 417. That's going to be right near between clubs. So hopefully we'll be closer to max thorn or have enough room to adjust min grizzly. So it's going to be a plus 15%. I'm going to go ahead and put the thorn in. Thanks for the good luck, give it. Our opponent will be in a nice position. He'll be about mid thorn. Okay, so we'll be in the max thorn range. So there's max. We're going to pull back. That's 9 rings. 9 rings is 85%. 8.1 is going to be 4.9. I'm going to spin this to the left side of the pin. Hit perfect here. Means I under adjusted probably. Be right side. And that was Thorn 9 numbers I used. Let me look at Thorn 8 real quick. Thorn 8 should have been the same. I don't know if there's a oddity in the landing spot there. I haven't moved around enough, but I've had more come in the right side of the cup. So if you're about to shoot that, I'd maybe favor the left side of the cup. I went to bed early because I wasn't feeling very good yesterday. I had a headache most of the day, so thought I'd get up early and try to get through my runs, Mike. This shot, everybody, since Mike's in the clan, or not in the clan, but Mike's in the chat. The rough bump was suggested by him in the opening round. I left a thanks up there for him because I wouldn't have looked for it. So let me put quarterback in the bag. You can use the rock here. This rock may have enough backspin. But just in case, I'm going to put the quarterback in anyway. And that's going to be min plus 10%. Oh, I've been there, Mike. Leave alarm on. You did come in at the perfect time. Hopefully I can drop it. I've been trying to work out the elevations because I've either pulled up short or left. So I'm going to try a little bit different elevation on the second shot. And we'll see if I get it. It's been tricky. The opening round, I dropped it most of the time, even with the Sniper 7. But the ball guide compression from the headwind has been killing me. Oh yeah, they got beat up. At least they got the second touchdown, covered the spread. You could tell they just wanted to score another one at the end because they kept going for it. Called the timeout with 3 seconds left. But Georgia's defense is a beast. Yeah, I went back and watched RJ's real quick. Once he warmed up, he shot a lot better. Thanks, Tom. I'm hoping I can catch it. So I'm going to actually try plus 20%, and I'm going to try a little more top and set up a little further back. So I haven't practiced this, but I've shot it enough times. All right, so blue ring, max left, 5 back, 7.9. It's going to be 7. As I put, it's 1 to 1 minus 0.9. The drive has been fairly consistent. Try my opponent's shot there. I don't know if he was going for a slice and didn't hit it, or if he just really wanted this Nirvana shot. I mean, he does have straight wind. Hey, Rock, how were your rounds? He still got pretty close. Oh, I'm all over the place too. All right, so I'm gonna go with 1.5 left and 4.8 top. Put the red for the bunker. Having trouble finding the spot. Just go there. Uh-oh. Didn't have time to adjust. Too much time looking for the spot. Well, we were apparently in the spot. Thanks, Rob. I did do that numbers off my head. So you want to be on the right side, about 2 squares through. And I'm trying to use the larger top because when I was using the less top, I kept landing a little far right and it kept throwing left and short. So I was trying to use more top and further back. So I'm going to go ahead and change this on the notes to start with 4.8 top. and 2 left to look for the spot, and then adjust. And then change this to plus 20% B3. All right, so hole 8, then all over this hole without a drop. Yeah, sometimes it's a lot harder to hit perfect when you're rushing it like that, and a lot harder to get the right adjustment. I knew I had underadjusted, that's why I had the overpower. So 8.7 is going to be 9 rings. I'm going to go ahead and put my 0.5 back on. Setting up short, left edge of the cup. Nine rings. And I hit great again. So of course we're going to come in left and probably hot. Thanks for the sub, Big Mike. Yeah, I'm not giving everybody good looks at this. It has been a very frustrating par 3. So is 5. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been within a ball. I make a slight tweak, I'm on the other side of the cup. Reduce the tweak, and I'm back on the other side of the cup. There's also some weird bounces that you get. I tried the rough bump on the back 9, and it popped straight up. Over. I mean, I remember when I used to play this in tour, it was pretty consistent. I've definitely had lots of weird bounces on this course. All right, hole 9. So on this one, I opted to go to the right side because I had some APOC 5s, and the left side really needs something with more top. Ollie, eat a Danish. So I make sure I have my spit in here just in case. We're going to go max plus 10, 4.1 top, 1 left, and set up at the plus 0 with the white ring at the left rough. Mike, there has been a couple times they flattened the green on 4. Um, can't remember exactly which tournament it was, but there have been a couple times they have flattened it, and then they go back to the bumpy. But Yeah, that left side used to be the approach back when I played it in tour. But with how many bumps there are, it's hard to find consistent ones. You just get slightly off, and it's going to throw you left or right or short. Your opponent has a strong 1159 pull there. So 8 wind is going to be 6.3. 1 left, 4.1 top. I'm going to go forward, just set up a little short. The +0. 6.3. Or great left. At least it was slight. But I made sure the shot was great left safe before I even went for it. This should put us at 66 to 68%. I'll just go ahead and go 68. I've hit it in that same spot enough times. And then I'm going to aim about 2 squares short and the left edge of the cup. I've been about a ball right 3 out of 5. It's not, I haven't dropped it, but I've been close. If you watch the video, that's where I was multiple times. It's not an easy one. I dropped it in the opening round, but the wind was different. And greats can be very risky. But if you have lower clubs, that left side's just not an option unless you have a special. Here we are, about 2 squares short, left of the cup. 7.4 plus 0 is going to be 7. Another slight great left. We come in left. Perfect would have been close. Yeah, if you have APOC 6, the left side's a good option. It's a little bit safer. Thanks for the good luck, Jackie. Good morning to you too. I mean, I've been close, so I'll stick to this shot. As long as you don't hit the double greats, you should be fine. Thanks for the good luck, John. So, minus 14. Not horrible. Would have liked 1 or 2 more drops because The top is a minus 32, which means I have to have a spot on back nine. So I'm going to move on to hole 10. And I'm going to use the rock approach on this. So I'm going to use 4.7 back, 3 left, put the blue ring at the left rough, max plus 10, and push the max. Yeah, over expert tier 3 is tough. My minus 30s on mine aren't going to do jack. So rock 8 plus 10%. And the only reason I'm using the rock here is because I don't have enough back on the APOC 5. And it lets you guys see the shot. So 9.7. So there's the blue ring. 3 left. 4.7. Nine 9.7. Going to push the max. Have ball. Ring of OP. Straight left. But plenty of room. Good bounce. And we're going to stay for a decent putt. Minus 34 in the opening round's nice. That's what I shot with my main. And one of my other accounts shot a minus 33. So if you are lower club, the rock is a good approach here. I didn't need the overpower on this one, probably because I had the overwind. But with lower wind, I would have needed more and could have used a little bit more curl. So this shot was posted in our Facebook group by Jason Pitt. I've gotten a few drops on it and a few just short or left or right. It's really weird when it stops dead center and then you get a couple of them that just blast right through. So we're going to do max plus 15%, 2 top spin, no side. Going to pull straight, and we're going to favor a baby OP, baby right curl. You just want to make sure you're not accidentally underpowering this. I tried 2.1 top, but it seemed to be throwing it off. You want to do as straight as possible, but if you have to, favor 1201 because 1159 ends up left and short. King wind, 10.7. Too bad I don't have any wind balls. 8.7. So 10.2 rings. I'm going to give it a little extra clip at the top there. I'm going to move this to the right side of the cup. There's 10.2. Great, right? Because I let go going the other way. It was very slight, so it probably would have still dropped off a perfect. So we've got a decent start to our back nine, because that's where I hope to make up lots of mine. So hole 12, we're going to blast it. Max plus 10%. Sometimes you have to make those greats work for you, Ofer. At least it was very slight. It was probably more perfect than great. Thanks, Ollie. It's possible, Aragon, that it would have missed left. Didn't think it was a strong 1201, but it might have been. I was trying to make sure that it was only flickering. All right, since I tend to hit great today, I'm going to set up a little further right than the pitcher. I'm going to go ahead and put the white ring at the bunker. And I'm going to use a little less curl. This is APOC 5, so it's going to have less top. So I'm going to push up a little bit more. Hit great when needed. We joke around in the clan, and anytime we drop off a great, we call it autocorrect. I find the note sheets help me. That's why I make them. And a while back, somebody had asked if I made any, and I said I made my notes, and I offered to share them. All right, so we have 11.7. Max top, max left. Like I said, I'm going to set up at the bunker because I can't hit perfect. 9.7 rings. It is going to glitch, so we'll try to get close to that. See right there. Plus 24 is going to take me to the 29. Max OP, a little less curl. And I hit perfect that time. Oh, we cleared, so we're going to end up in the rough. So my plan was to hit the rough there, but the higher wind took me over. I was just a lot more consistent clipping the rough. So we're going to go minus 30. Yeah, it was really close, Vivek. I just went a little, pushed up a little too far with the higher wind. But yeah, I was hoping to have that min thorn because it's just been a lot more consistent for me. All right, so we're looking at about 35%. And we got 9.4, so 1.8 rings. I give it a little spin into the cup. 1.8. We hit perfect. Let's see if we get the drop. Just a tad over adjusted. Thanks for the subscribe, XY. I agree. If I'd stayed at the plus 28 instead of the plus 29, it would have clipped. And I probably should have been minus, yeah, minus 30's right. I might have had a little bit of a pull angle or a little bit of curl or not been set up center pin. I'd have to rewind it to see what I did wrong. Oh, no 2-2-3 start. Playdemic knew I was going to miss. That's why it let me hit perfect. All right, so switch to a Titan. Switch back to APOC 5, P3, plus 10%. This one's always scary. It has had its inconsistencies, especially when I'm not hitting perfect. Been hitting great left, which is safer, so. But on that second shot, had I clipped the rough, the plus 10 has been dropping for me. So our opponent is going with the max overpower shot. We'll see if M8 has enough curl. Rolled out pretty nicely. A little more curl would have helped him. All right, so 2 right, 1.7 top. Right there in the edge of the bunker. 9.0 is going to be 7.1. Going to push to max. Just a click of overpower. We hit perfect. Hopefully I didn't do something wrong. I hit the bad landing spot, which means I didn't click up overpower enough. So there is a ridge, a downslope in the bottom right corner of that fairway. Yeah, I did have too much curl. I should have been on the left side of the ring. I was on the right side of the triangle, or left side of the triangle. But I still hit the downslope. If you can see my mouse, there's a downslope right here. And if you hit that, that throws it to the right and pops it up in the air. So that's why it got wet. Since our opponent made it, we'll try something a little different here. Just so you guys can see it. 7 rings. So another option, instead of pushing up to max, is to only push up 3 rings and do max overpower. As you can see, we come in a little bit better there. Now, generally, if you're going to do that approach, you want to use a kingmaker with a lower wind. Vivek, yeah, I went swimming. Um, so, like I said, if you're just short and you clip that rough on the front edge, it throws you right. And if you get thrown right, you get wet. That's back-to-back mistakes, 2 missed drops, which pretty much takes us out of contention for a banner. Switch back to Kingmaker. And this shot here is a little bit of a twist on a Brandon Burke. There is a funnel to the right, but there's also a dead spot, Jackie. Um, if you hit that dead spot, it throws the ball forward, and you either get wet or end up in sand. Both shots have risk versus reward. right, so 8.8 is going to be 11.7. 2 left, 0.1 back. We're looking for the ball guide. It can be a little glitchy to be center and short. There's 10. 1.7. Great left, I had a little accidental right curl on it. We'll see if they counteract. No. I'm assuming that pulled up short because of the great left. It took a little bit more of a hop up. Ideally, if you're going to drop that, the second bounce should be about 2 rings when it lands. 2 rings left of the right side bunker. And if you land there, you have a really good chance of dropping because it turns left near the end. So later tonight, I'll be streaming the baby account. It made it to the weekend. That that one is just for fun. The driver's an EM5 and a Sniper 7, and we'll see what we can do with it. It's expert tier 2 as well, and we only had a minus 29 in the opening round. All right, so full 16, max plus 10%. I did play that baby account in expert. I did the qualifying round kind of as a joke. It qualified, so then I went ahead and played the opening round on live stream on Friday, and we did a pretty good back nine. Only had one mistake on the front nine, and then I'll play it again later tonight. I mean, it was my worst score of my experts, but with those clubs, I expected worse. I was just hoping to get a 26 to qualify. So 7.7, 5.8 top, 2 left, yellow at the rough. It's going to be 6 rings. Push the max. Max overpower. Hit perfect. Switch to Thorn, 15%. Chalked up on the bounce a little bit, so it's going to be short. 426. It's going to be about 60%. Let me take a look at the slider. So if I'm about 25 rings per max, that is 60%. Yes, the left curl was intentional. Even if you hit great left, the left curl is still okay. Even if you hit double great left, I just want to make sure that if I hit great right, I don't clip the rough on the right. So that's why I have that. All right, so there's max, 10, 19. 19 rings is going to be 69%. 9.1, so 5.1 rings. Set up short, left edge of the cup. 5.1. We hit perfect. And I missed left edge because I shifted to the left edge. Center cup would have dropped center. That's hole 6. That's left edge because it has more right wind push, not 15. Yeah, silly mistakes. So 20 rings is 69%. It's not a drop, but put it there for future notes. For those of you that don't know, if you go to Facebook, there's Golf Clash Ring Bible. And if you want to learn the slider percent for rings for pretty much max to min, they have a tab that'll tell you the percent for every ring you adjust. So that's where that number comes from. So number 16, put our Zerk. P5 plus 0, no push up. I've been coming up short on this with 2.7 and the 2.5. And I think if you get into the funnel, it will pull it up short. So depending on our wind here, I'm going to try a little bit more top. So we got 10.9. So it's stretched. The yellow at the right side. To right. Let's try 3.1 top. 10.9 is going to be 8.2. No push up. Max overpower. About half ball curl. We hit perfect. So the first bounce is good, second bounce is good. We're going to go long, but close. Now, I saw somebody drop the hole in one on this, but they pushed up and they actually, second bounce, hit the funnel spot. Thanks, Vivek. And then rolled out from the funnel spot, and got the hole in one. You saw how close to the right edge we bumped and still come left. So I don't know from this shot if you actually can drop it, because any further to the right, you risk clipping the rough. Thanks, Vivek. So I tried the rough bump on this. I don't have any wind four balls, and I got a weird bounce with the rough bump. So I won't be trying it on this account. But it came in pretty close. And as you can see from my notes here and my shots, I keep going back and forth. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up on the left side instead of center and use a click of right curl and see if we can get it into there. Because we're not going to have a very great score here anyway. So 8.2 is going to be 9.2. I start by setting up without spin. I'm going to go, like I said, to the left side. And I'm going to add 0.5 right. We're aiming more at the bush, which didn't need the curl, but I'm going to add it anyway. Of course, light great left, because why not? Perfect still would have missed left edge. You think perfect was in? I think it was too far left, but I don't know. It's hard to tell on this one. This hole, perfect could have been right edge. I tried setting up further back too, but the bounce was even less consistent with the blue ring. I spent way too many practice tokens on this from the few that I have. You see how the opponent stood up further back and it popped up more. When you get that pop up, you almost always come short. Okay, so I hit the left slope. And maybe setting up a ring back with more top might be better. Our opponent was 2 rings back, which allowed him to hit the back slope because it's kind of like a dome there. If you don't hit in the flat spot, it throws you. Doesn't throw you much, but enough to miss. All right, so max plus 5%, P3. Now, yesterday, when I was trying to play through with a headache, I forgot to overpower one of my holes, and it hit the rough. So don't forget to overpower. So 7.3. It's going to be 5.5. A little bit lower wind. One right. I don't have 6.1 top, so I'm going to do a push up. 5.5. Push up 1.5 rings. Right curl. Max overpower. Great left. That's always a risk, but we should be okay. 412's a little short, but we'll still back up and play the Grizzly. We'll just need a little bit more top on the Grizzly. Had I not hit great left, I would have got a better rollout. I think our opponent's just finishing, not even trying. So I'm going to set up a little more left than the pitcher. A little more. There we go. 7.6. It's going to be 9.7. It was 11.59. Hit perfect. Let's see how we roll in. Pretty close. Would have been nice to finish with that drop. But this round has been a round of close. The green is super fast, which is why I'm setting up so far short. So we had a lot of them right there. So I expect to see some high, or well, low 30, 33, 34, 35. 33 will probably win tier 2. Probably take a 36, 37 to win tier 3. The opportunities are there, but not if you're hitting great. So they'll move us into 29. Well, currently the top of the 29s. So there's one that'll pass us. 2, 3, 4. So we'll probably be around 15th. Babylon, I don't know what the secret is. Um, I try counting and I don't look at the needle. So if I don't get distracted, I'll get more perfects. But as soon as I see it blip as it goes to the right, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and I let go. If you watch the needle, I did that a number of times today. I hit great. But if I only look at when it kind of does the blip, that's when I get the perfect. Yeah, different players have their numbers. It's whatever your internal timing is. I count to 3 on overpower shots. And the reason I do a shorter count is because I'm often shorter on time. And it gives me a chance to count 2 or 3. So let me switch and play hole 1 on another account. And I'll count out loud. And that'll give you an idea of how I count. All right, so hole 1. No problem. Anything I can do to help? So this is max plus 10% P3. Three left, 5.8 back. I'll go 5.9. 7.9 is going to be 6.2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on that shot, since it was the headwind direction, I should have given it a little more backspin. And I was in a little bit of overpower and a little too much curl. But that's how I count. You just need to find what your internal count is. And I will say on that shot, if you look at my notes, it's a little less risky if you move a half a ring or a ring left and use a little less curl. You do have a chance with a great right, too much curl, or if you set up a little too far right, of clipping that tree. Yeah, I learned about counting a while back and it really increased my perfects. The thing is, you kind of have to focus on it because if you hesitate in your count, which I do sometimes, especially if I get distracted, then that's when the greats come in. Okay, I'll continue. I think we have an overpower on hole. It'll be a little while, but it's the same when I overpower. It's just instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3. I agree with you there, Vivek. If I get great in my head, I'm hitting great. Let's see what I want to try here. I'm going to try the max 10 P2. I think it also helps if you're a little glitchy. I've tried my eyes alone, and that's when I tend to hit more greats. It does work for the rough and sand as well. Rough is 1, 2, 3, 4 for me. Sand is 1, 2, 3. So I do the sand as if it's overpower because it's a faster needle. Oh, I have anxiety too when I play sometimes. You're welcome. Any questions like this, I'll answer to what I do. Of course, what I do, not always the perfect, but so 9.1. So we got King Wind. It's gonna be 10 rings. 11.59. 10. Enter our ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's true. It's not like anxiety in that way, but sometimes I get nervous, especially when I'm making the videos because I want to get the drops so that I can show, the good option. This is front nine on another account. Babylon was asking about the counting. There was a little pause there. Um, that's just me and my pause because there's a pause at the needle at the right side. Plus, I got distracted because I looked at the clock and saw it blinking red as I was counting. All right, Mike, I'll give you a second. Have you started yet? Here's what I'll do to give you a chance to catch up. I'll pause my screen and switch to my other account and let everyone see the baby account I'm going to run later. Okay, you think you're on six? Let me go ahead and switch that other account anyway. All right, Vig. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice chatting. Good luck if you still have any to play. Okay, you're on seven. Then I won't worry about the showing the other account. Go ahead and switch back. Put my grid on there so you guys can see what I'm doing. That's up to you. This is tier two, though. Do you have tier twos left? Well, that's up to you. If you want to try to catch up, depending on how many times it lets it match up, it might help to do the 3, 4, and 5 with one account, and then 7, 8, and 9 with the other. All right, so this is the baby account. And trying to get a driver with it. but just not getting any driver cards lately. So this is my main bag that I played this tournament with it. This is expert. It was a struggle. I don't recommend it, but it's doable. So in the opening, I did minus 29. I had one mistake on hole 3. Qualification, I had a minus 14. That wasn't a mistake on that. I had an auto release putt, so it should have been a minus 15. This is tier 2, and this bracket's already got a minus 34 leading. So they picked up quite a 4 drops on the back 9 and 2 albatrosses on the front 9. Picked up 5 strokes. Pretty good. So I don't expect to do well on this one. It was just for fun. I have a couple. Um, I've done some streams of just some grinding. I've got a couple shootouts posted. If you go to my playlist, I have all of the previous turnings listed by course. Some of those are T9 and T10 courses, and previous tournaments give you a good information. So you could always look at specific holes that you're having troubles with and watch those videos. And 29, I was happy with the 29. I mean, given these clubs, I was shooting for a 26. There should be a city park. Let me go to my page and see while we're waiting for Mike. All right, so playlist. You said city park. Okay, so there's city park from the third tee, which you won't need, but city park from the second tee. There's only 18. All right, Mike, I'll go ahead and switch. So Babylon, you can go to there and just search city. And second tee is going to be tier 9 or tour 9. All right, let me switch back. Go ahead and play hole 3. Put our bag with our Thor's hammer. I tried the rough bump on this earlier, and it didn't turn out great. Do you guys want to see the rough bump again? Or do you want me to play it like the notes? Rough bump? Okay. Our notes. I got both. I did the rough bump earlier and came in way left. P3, 5%. Both at the same time. Well, let's look at our drive and we'll decide from there. If we're a little short on our drive, then we'll go with the rough bump. If we get a longer drive, we'll go for the notes. Yes, RJ has been using our notes for a little while now. I wish I could bomb it. I'll try to remember the live counting. Well, you have to thank Mike Fox for that. He's the one that suggested RJ look at our notes. So we're going 3 right, 5 top. 7.3 is going to be 4.6. So plus 0, red ring. 4.6. One, two, three, four. So yes, I do pause. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got the longer rollout. So we'll go with the notes. He was asking what I do to try to hit perfect, Mike. So I was telling him that we count. So he wanted to hear me count out loud just to see my method. So we're going to push up 2 rings. So it's going to be 5%, 1.9 rings. 8.4 is going to be 7.2. Well, we're up pretty high. And we got the tailwind, or headwind. So 1.9, square through the hole. 7.2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Came in just a little left. So let's take a look at the numbers change there. 6.9 would have been 0%. And we might have been about 0.3 left. Oh, I'm not a big gun. I'm just a normal player. I'm not putting up huge scores like some of these guys. RJ sometimes gets a little close on time, and that affects his ability to be able to count. All right, so hole 4, we messed this up earlier. Let's see what balls I have. I do have a Ryder Cup ball, and I have APOC sticks. So we're going to go for the straight at the green, plus 10%, E2. You're going to try a new shot on 7. You're not going to try to get lucky I did on the front 9 on the last one. Just rush it and slam it. All right, let's go. So earlier, I missed the rough. I had the second bounce set up too far up. Okay. I saw Brandon's approach. Someone thought they were commenting on Brandon's video and commented on mine. So I went and watched his before they had said that they commented on the wrong video. I've seen a couple opponents try that, and they all came in left. I try to be precise and informative, but again, it's just my shots. One left. Looking for a nice even landing spot. .5 rings. Bit of right curl. 4. Sorry, I had to rush it. I forgot to count out loud. Our clan president dropped it yesterday. And that was much nicer. Um, there is a dead spot, and if you hit that dead spot, it throws the ball forward and into the water. Thanks, Mike. You want the third bounce to be about the middle of the rough. If you're at the barely front edge, you're more likely to go over. Yeah, I can restart it. After we make this putt, I'll go back to replay. Our opponent clipped the rough there. So if you look at the picture of the notes here, that second bounce should be hitting the middle of the rough, or third bounce. You want to move around because as you move around, you'll see it go long, short, kind of notice that glitchy spot. So make sure you have a nice solid spot. You can use the Thor's hammer, set up a little further up, plus 23. Yeah, I have a 30 on mine. Our opponent got it right that time. Almost dropped it. I've seen this done with a Titan and an APOC 7. It's just a matter of having enough top. All right, let's go back and replay that for Mike. So I'll count along with this one this time, Babylon, since it's a replay. So I'm starting off by setting my spin, the left spin and the top. I was a little slow setting it up, which caused me to be low on time. So you notice how, as I move around, how much that guide moves. So I'm trying to set up before the dead spot. And the third bounce, you see, middle of the rough. I adjust the max plus 7, or plus 10%, which is 7.5 rings. Then 1, 2, 3. Well, I forgot I came from the left that time. So what we were really trying to do is come in before that dead spot. Hold on a second before I start the next hole. It's a little more accurate. It takes some of the pressure off. But the key is to not watch the needle. Watch the center bullseye. Because if you watch the needle and it lags at all, it throws you off. I think I had some right curl on that, Mike. All right, on the hole 5. So switch our ball back. So nice to get another drop there. So we're going 95% club plus 35%. You know, you play what you get used to, Mike. I do notice more lags when their server's a little more full, but they'll say it's not. Unstable connection, sure. Let's see what needle speed is. I don't know if it says. No, I think because we've already started, it says. If we hadn't already started, it would tell us what the needle speed is. I think it's about the same as Tor 9. Given its Tor 9 chest, that would make sense. All right, so 2 right, 4.1 back. And about the middle of the plus 10. So you see where how I'm wiggling and that look pointing at the corner of that green. 7.2 is going to be 9.8. So we get lucky and only have one pull. Pull back center. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you notice I let go at the hesitation because I got distracted. I must have had a wrong pull there because that would have came in well right, like a ball. Well, we're bouncing on the fringe and it can throw the ball, but if you bounce past the fringe, it comes in way too hot. And if you bounce before the fringe, it tends to come in too slow. So I'm purposely trying to land it in the middle of the fringe, but it does throw it. It's not a consistent bounce when you hit the fringe. So Masters doesn't have tiers. I don't know if they separate you based on skill points, because I've heard people say they sometimes bracket based off of skill points. %61 is pretty good. I don't even think this account's that high. 61%. I play Tour 10. I don't think I have 11 with this one yet. Let's take a look. Yeah, some 11, mostly 10. I had a bad streak with 10, and so I moved up to 11. On to hole 6. Oh, weekly league. Yeah, I try to stay in Master 1, Master 2. As you can see, I haven't played any this week. So I'll probably get relegated because I don't know if I'll have enough time. Maybe try to play 3 Tour 11s later. The 25 game win streak is awesome. I don't get past 10 very often. Yeah, I don't know if this account was okay. Yeah, it was before. I've had this one for a little while. And you see, I've got 3,800 games, but it was before. All right, on to hole 6. Max plus 10, P3. Going to push up to max. Max top, 2 left. I, I try my best to stay in master just so I can get the extra cards. I don't do a lot of grinding except for in the new account. And that's again just because I'm trying to get cards. GC Matt, do you want me to count from when I hit start? I don't know if I have a lag. Switch to P3 there. So 7.7 is going to be 6 rings. The right side of the yellow, max top, 2 left, 6 rings. Push to max. Max overpower, baby left curl. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then let go just a hair early. And you notice I don't have the pause there. And that's why I put the left curl on there, to try to avoid clipping that rough. Had I not had the left curl, I probably would have hit it and pulled up a lot shorter. No problem, Mike. I'll count off whenever I hit start. I'll go 1, 2, 3, start. And if there is a little bit of a lag, hopefully you can come in right behind it. So I'm going to get ready to look at my slider here. So there's max, 10, 17. 17 rings is going to be 72% plus 15 at 8.8. It's going to be 5 rings. Left side of the cup. 5 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. 3, 2, 2, 2. I hit the pin on one so hard the other day, it came all the way out to the fringe. Yeah, I've been burning the right side of the cup there. So that's why I set up on the left side. I accidentally did that on 15 earlier and burned the left side of the cup. And if you guys didn't catch it earlier, if you want to learn the rings per percentage, there is on Facebook an Excel file called, let me pull it up, Golf Clash Ring Bible. Hold on a second. Sorry, had to pause the mic. Kid come in. He wants to say hi to everybody.
Hi. How did I hear myself?
What, Josh?
How did I hear myself?
Because I have the monitor on.
Oh, I heard myself on there.
Mm-hmm.
What are you on Google Slides?
All right, hole 7.
Did you create your own Google Slides?
What was that, buddy?
Did you create your own Google Slides for that?
I did create my own Google slide for that.
Teach me.
They're saying hi.
Teach me how to make them.
How to make the Google slides?
Yeah, I only know how to edit stuff and create
Yeah.
a new slide.
Oh. See, they're saying, hey, Josh.
See, I only know how to edit stuff, copy and paste without form editing.
That's what all of this is.
Yeah, I don't know how to create my whole own thing. I only know how to create one slide at a time.
His name is David. Say hi, David.
Hi, David.
Well, how about I teach you and then you can make my slides for me and make my notes for me in the future?
No, I want you to teach me so I can do it on my Chromebook.
All right. I'm going to get back to it, buddy, all
Because
right?
if you teach me, I will be doing it on my Chromebook all day.
Eat your breakfast. All right, hole 7. Let me make sure I got my bag set up. Hey, Josh, say hi to Chris.
Hey, Chris. I'm sitting right here now.
Okay, you can sit there. All right, so we need quarterback in there. Put Grizzly in. Okay, you ready? All right, let's go back in. All right, start. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, didn't get you, Mike. So how far was I like behind, Mike? You know what? I might know what it is. I think I have my VPN on. Let me switch it to our area after this hole. I just started using VPN. All right, 9.1 is going to be 8 rings. 3 left, 5 back. Min, left. 8 rings. Left curl inner wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you notice I hesitated again. So we'll be a little longer because that'll pull up short.
Gotta guess with me. Oh,
So I'm trying plus 20. 25. It's going to be close to 70%. So again, I'm going to try 4.8 top, 1.5 left. And we're going to set up on the right side of the cup, further back, and do plus 20%.
Daily the bad dog. She was looking at inside of my cheesically. Tell me that. What else? Gonna hurt yourself.
All right, 1.5 left, 4.8 top, Let's try to find the spot. So about right there. Let's adjust this to run the left side of the cup about 2 through. 7.9. It's going to be 9.1. One, two, three, four. We hit perfect. Let's see if we catch the funnel. Good at camera angle. And it's going to pop short. Dead in line. Mike is correct. 10% is generally safe. Most drives are 10%. So we definitely had the funnel there. Just needed a little bit more through the cup. So on that one, right side of the cup, set up further back. The red ring will be close to the bunker. So wood and long iron, watch old tournament videos because generally you can get in the same area on a drive, no matter what the wind is.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been nice to get that one. Let's go on to hole 8. It's cinnamon bread. It's not the best. That's because it's low carb. Elevations are hard. If you go to clashtommy.com, he's got every course and the basic elevations. You can also start from there. So on 8, Mike, I'm going to go 0.5 back, 60% plus 10 P3. So basically wind plus 0.2. The higher winds are wind plus 0.3.
What?
You go plus 0.3 after 8.4. Okay, starting 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, backing out. I forgot to change the VPN. You got it? All right, so what did you do, Mike? Plus 0.2 or plus 0.3? Oh, you mean got the play. All right, let's get the game back on. Okay, here we go. Starting, 1, 2, 3, go. Um, it should be close. It might be a little higher percentage. Might be more like 62, 63. So it should be close. I wouldn't tell you to practice with a win 5.
So he did it. Daddy. So he has a dream.
Okay, we got 7.8, so 8 rings. Set up, ball guide, center pin, 0.5 back. I'm going to favor 1201, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I let go early. So we're going to come in way right and hot again. That's possible too, Mike. I know sometimes on the longer streams, it can get a little far behind. You go past, these putts can be ugly. I was just testing a 1201. Unfortunately, I didn't hit perfect. I had been coming in just to the left, so I wanted to see if a 1201, and what that'll do is it'll not pull you as far back and pull you a little more right in that instance. So that's why it came in hot and a further right. So you really want to try it straight. A hole 9. Let's see if we can finally drop this. We'll let Mike finish shooting his. I'll set up the bag. So it's going to be max plus 10%. We're going to go 4.1 top, 1 left. I'm going to switch and put in the spit just in case, because we'll want that extra distance. Yeah, Mike, I've been all over that hole. It's because of the shape of that bounce area. You have to be perfect on your adjustment, the spot. I am going to go right side. Would you guys like me to try left side? Thanks for the good luck, fam. All right. Okay, I'll play right side if you're playing left. Hopefully we'll match. 1, 2, 3, go. Still spinning. All right, I'm going to back out. What's the percentage on the left? Because left needs a full blast, right? I haven't practiced it, so I don't have it down. And are you playing the rough bump? Did you get somebody, Mike? Oh, I'm spinning again. So if you want to try. Got Brian. It takes way too long to get matchups. Oh, sorry. So our opponent is going left side. So you guys can get a look at that. He's using a pin 1 or P1. He's in a good spot. Here, I'll try left side. So max top, 1 right, 7, 7. It's going to be 6 rings. Going to push the max. Max over power, right curl. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We hit perfect. So I'm going to look at my notes for 18 because I don't know what the elevation is. Well, it was only 1 ring push up, so I was at plus 16. All right, so it was plus 15% with the Grizz. I'm not going to be at Grizz. I'm going to be near men on the Sniper. You're welcome, Babylon. So is this plus 10? We got a tailwind to the right. So I'm going to set up left side, short. Try to be around 15%. I'm going to be long iron. take a look. 409 is a little. Yeah, I can go long iron. 15%. Grizz. 7.7 is going to be 10.1. Move the left ring to the rough. Set up short in line. 10.1 rings. Center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how we come in. Good speed. Just right. So I needed a little more offset. Left side of the cup, about a ball. Probably would have dropped that. Yeah, had I been playing the sniper, I would have played 10%. Like I said, it was only +1 on the push-up. And we had a lot of close. Only a -14. All right, guys, I'll have to come back later. I'm going to get Josh breakfast. Good luck. I'll be back a little later. Sure, I can work on that, Babylon. Maybe I can try it tomorrow.
I think you should turn your show into a podcast.
Enjoy breakfast, Josh. Say thanks. See you guys later.
Thanks. See you guys later. Or don't, because I can't see you.
All right. Good luck, everybody.